Hello, how's it going, all of you beautiful people around the world? My name is Ryan, aka Blackbeard TCG. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day, and if not, hopefully I can make it a little bit better. Now look, in today's video, I will be going over the must-have singles. If you guys haven't seen my previous video, boom, go ahead and check that card in the top right. That will lead you to my video talking about why I am not buying any boxes of OP-03. You know, I already got boxes of OP-04 on the way. Don't worry about that. For OP-03, no boxes, not buying any unless, you know, you guys wanna fund and get me one, and then I can open up one with my fiance on stream. But no, I'm just playing. No boxes of OP-03, and I'm just gonna be buying singles. I'm making this video to talk to you guys about what I'm going to be doing. Of course, if you guys are buying singles, I'm curious what you guys are going to be buying. Let me know in the comment section below. These ones that are going to be the ones, in my opinion, are must buy. Again, to you, it might be a must not buy, but this is just my opinion. At the end of the day as well, if you are going to be playing Nami, pick up all the East Blue stuff, right? If you're going to be playing Iceberg, pick up all the Iceberg stuff. It's very self-explanatory. It's not rocket science, my friends. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about what I am having in my cart on day one, what I'm going to be checking out on day one, and what I'm going to leave in my cart because I know the prices are going to drop. With that being said, there are going to be timestamps down below. You guys know I'm a man of the people. I watch YouTube videos as well, and I hate going through content and just having to like click through. Sometimes there's things I don't care about. YouTubers take a long time to get to where they want to be. All right? I'm a YouTuber, I know. So for your viewing pleasure, there are timestamps. If you want to look at only the red cards, go to the red card timestamp. But I will say, you know, at least leave a like, leave a comment. If you're not going to watch the whole thing and you're just going to click through, at least, like, the least you could do is give me some engagement, all right? Give me a like, give me a comment, and I will appreciate that. You can just say, hey, Ryan, thanks for the video, or really enjoyed the video, all right? Do that for me, and your boy will be very much appreciative. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the must-have of the singles. So, the reason why this video even got spawned, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Daniel D. Luffy as well as Brian. Brian said he's glad my channel shifted more towards a casual playstyle because that's the type of playstyle that him and his friends do because he doesn't have a close enough local game store. And then Daniel D. Luffy said, I'm one of the few kids that actually played the game, and so the video made him feel better about not being able to buy a single box. This is in regards to my previous video. So that's kind of what spawned this. I was like, okay, you know what? Let me talk about the singles that I'm going to pick up, so maybe that might help others. So let's talk about red. Again, if you're playing Ace, what I recommend is you pick up all of the event cards and obviously the stage cards. They're going to be very, very cheap. But of course, if you're just playing red overall, the first card is Marco, without a doubt. Now, what I'm not even planning on playing red in OP-03. As you guys know, I'm playing my Crocodile deck. But with that being said, I'm still going to pick up copies of Marco. I'm going to add it to my cart. I'm not going to buy it day one. But if you are planning on playing Zoro, if you're planning on playing Ace, if you're planning on playing Whitebeard, you guys want to pick these up ASAP. Now, when it comes to Marco, first and foremost, when it comes to cards and all of those things, I don't look at alt arts because my view of alt arts are if you get them in a pack, like say you enter a tournament and like the prizing, you get some packs or like a box or whatever, and that's how you're able to get that, and you pull the alternate art. Amazing, right? Outside of that, I'll never actively go out of my way to want to have all of the alt arts, except for now Queen. I want a max rarity deck. But I would always recommend people that you don't have to go out of your way to go and do that. Just look at the pricing for the regular arts. It's completely fine. Now, the most expensive regular arts card has been Zoro from OP-01 until now, right? Like, it's always hovered around this price range. Honestly, for me, I could definitely see Marco being the same as this or exceeding this. The reason for that is because, again, Zoro's important because Zoro is played in a lot of decks as well, right? Like, don't get me wrong. But the thing is that this Marco is so damn good, and it really is something that takes Zoro to the next level. It takes Whitebeard to the next level. It takes Ace to the next level in terms of it being an offensive juggernaut. It has recursion, but then also having utility, all while having counter on it. This card is great. Ask anyone in Asia that played OP-04. If you are playing red, you are playing 4/5 cost Marco. Point blank, period, end of discussion. Unless, of course, you're playing Law. And there are some Law builds that play 5 cost Marco, and some don't. So if there's anything that you could take away from this video, if you're playing red, get 4 copies of Marco day 1. If you're not playing red, I recommend you pick up Marco at some point, have it in your cart, look at the prices. You definitely want to pick this up at some point. Next up is Ezo. Along with that is Marshall D. Teach. So Ezo is a card, when it comes to rares, guys, again, if you are playing, whether you're playing Ace or you're playing Whitebeard, things like that, you want to pick these up ASAP right away, because maybe you have a tournament coming up that week or the week after or whatever, you know, and you're not buying boxes. I suggest you just buy them straight up. They might be a little bit pricier. Like Ezo might end up being like $1, $1.50 day 1. You know, you're going to spend $5 to like $8 for a play set. Maybe not even $8. I don't think it's going to be that much. Honestly, it'll be cheaper. If you look at the prices of other rare cards, for example, let me think of a rare card in OP-02. Let's take a look at Vista and OP-02. So Vista was a rare card. So on day 1, Vista was going for $5. It's all the way down to $2. Now, do I see Ezo being a $5 card day 1? It could, but I highly, highly doubt it. But I would say that you guys should definitely pick up your Ezos day 1 if you are playing red. For Marshall D. Teach, you're not going to need a full playset. I would only recommend you pick this up if you are playing Zorro. You want to pick 1 to 2 copies of this. And it's not just because I'm biased, because I'm Blackbeard Jr., because I'm Blackbeard TCG. I'm saying it because Marshall D. Teach and Zorro is pretty good. It's a nice tech card. It's searchable off Ezo, so you don't even need to run more than 2 copies. I recommend you guys pick that up because obviously it becomes 7,000. Wow, I'm so excited I cannot speak English. Obviously it becomes 7,000 when you're playing Zorro. But it also gets 1,000 more power for the battle after you trash one red character with 4,000 power or more, and you get to draw. So after you're done attacking with one of your red characters, go ahead and trash it. Boom, you draw 1 card, and now your Marshall D. Teach is 8K. So it's a really nice offensive threat for you to have in Zorro. I recommend picking up 1 or 2 copies of these. Maybe you don't even have to pick it up day 1. The price will drop. It's not going to be a card that's going to be super expensive, even though it's a rare. I can't see this being more than $1, $2 as the weeks go on. It's going to be very cheap. So this might be a card that I might say that you just keep in your cart if you're playing Zorro. If you're not even playing Zorro, you probably don't even need to pick this up, to be honest. Obviously, Buggy, this is an uncommon. This is going to be dirt cheap. Again, if you're playing Zorro, if you're playing Ace, things like that, go ahead and pick up these Buggies. It's going to be dirt cheap, guys. It's uncommon. Again, if I was playing red, I'd have these in my cart day 1, and I would just get them shipped out. But that would be my advice for red. For blue, so people like me, what am I checking out in my cart day 1 the moment that they're posted on any of the local stores in my area? 3,000 Worlds, 4 copies, thank you, goodbye. Put that in my cart, check that out, ship it over to my house, because this is a staple event for blue going forward until this gets power crept. And now you guys might say, oh Ryan, OP-04, we have Red Rock. Well, it's still going to be 3,000 Worlds and Red Rock, right? Like, Red Rock is good, but it's not amazing to the point where it just completely nullifies 3,000 Worlds. Like for me, 3,000 Worlds nullifies Albuquerque Fist, right? Obviously that's not what it's called. You guys know that's what I call it. That's an ongoing joke on the channel. This outdoes Albuquerque Fist. So you'll never play Albuquerque Fist again unless there's certain situations. For the most part, you're going to be playing 3,000 Worlds, and then next set, you're still going to be playing 3,000 Worlds. If you're a blue player, you need to have a playset of this. If you're not buying a box, pick this up, okay? Just get it. You're going to be happy. You're going to be using it all of OP-03. You will be using it all of OP-04, okay? If you're a blue player, pick this up. Kaya, personally, I'm picking up 4 copies of this as well for my Crocodile deck. It's a standard 2K counter. It's a rare. I don't think it's going to be that expensive. Of course, if you're playing Crocodile, you're playing a Vankov, decks like that, obviously Nami, this is going to be really good because if you do decide to play it, you get to draw 2 cards and you trash 2 cards. So there's certain situations where you might actually play it, but more often than not, it's just going to be a 2K counter. But imagine that. You could have this, or say if you have the Impel Down, Mr. 3 Bon Clay. He's Mr. 3, right? Is he Mr. 3? Yeah, I think he's Mr. 3. Anyways, Bon Clay. So you have the 2K counter Bon Clay, right? You're never actually going to play that. It's only a 2K counter. Well, you could just replace that with Kaya, right? And now Kai is a 2K counter that you could potentially play if you need it. It's a fact that you could play it that gives it added value. Don't think it's going to be expensive. I'm just going to have it in my cart. I'm going to ship this out day one. If you're a blue player, I suggest you have that too. The last card is going to be Soul King. It's going to be Usopp. Is it Usopp? I don't know. It might not be Usopp. It's going to be Soul King. Now, honestly, guys, this is going to be a card that I have in my cart. I am not going to be buying it day one. Now, you might be saying, why, Ryan? Why aren't you buying it day one? No worries. I'm going to tell you. So we come back to TCG player. Let's go ahead and sort by the secret rares, shall we? So let's take off super rare and let's go to secret rare. So look at the prices for the secret rares. Relatively affordable, relatively cheap, right? Like obviously with Uta being $4, Shanks being $10. These are the regular arts, right? Yamato being more expensive at 18 because obviously it can be played in Kinemon, it can be played in Kid and things like that. But then Kuzan Black is, for whatever reason, I don't know why Black is so expensive, like ever since its inception. I don't know if it's going to be like that with Yellow too, but Kuzan being the most expensive at $30. With that being said, where do I think that Soul King is going to fall? It is definitely not going to be $30 like Kuzan. I think it's easily going to fall within like the $10 to $20 range. After release. Of course, when it first comes out, I think it'll be really pricey, just because, you know, that's just how it is when like it first comes out. But again, people are going to be cracking open cases, people are going to be cracking open boxes. This will be on the market. I don't see this being more than $20. I can't. I really can't see this being more than $20. So I'm having it in my cart. I'm definitely picking this up. I want at least 3, maybe 4 copies of this for my Crocodile deck. There's some variants of my Crocodile deck where I do play it, some that I don't, but I do feel like Soul King will see play in the future as well. I could play within an OP-03, and I think it's a good investment overall because it's just a pretty decent card. It's not a world beater, it's nothing amazing, but it's definitely not a bad card. And so for me, I think I'll go ahead and pick it up. Again, not day one, but it's going to be in my cart. If you're a blue player, I think you guys should probably pick this up too. Obviously, if you're playing Doflamingo mainly and things like that, you probably don't need to pick this up, so use your own discretion. But again, if you're playing things like Crocodile, I think Soul King is definitely going to be a card that you're going to want to play. Okay, for green, guys, the only thing that I can recommend is Don Krieg. If you take a look at green and what you're getting, unless you're playing East Blue, unless you're playing Curl, then like obviously there's all the other green cards that you could pick up, but the only card that I could say that would be good is Don Krieg. Reason for that is what green decks are going to be strong in OP-03? Well, it's going to be Red Green Law, and Red Green Law basically plays all OP-02 things unless you want to play 5-cost Marco, or it's going to be Kid, and what is Kid playing? Kid is playing Film Package. So Film Package is all OP-02, no OP-03 things. Now, of course, there's Kinemon. And Kinemon is the only one that I would say would be able to utilize Don Krieg because it synergizes very well, right? You have your Okikus, you have your Yamatos. I know a lot of people have been playing 3 to 4 Don Kriegs in their builds. So if you are planning on continuing to play your Kinemon deck and you're playing green, I would say must buy single card is Don Krieg. Outside of that, if you're a green player, if you're a green main, don't stress, don't worry about it. There isn't really any single that you need to buy. If you do want to pick up some singles, again, I would just say pick up some stuff from the other colors. Pick up your Markles, man. I would definitely suggest spend your money on the Markles. If not, if you're chilling, if you want to just play Film Kid, don't worry about it. You're good, man. You can save your money. Save your money for OP-04, my friend. So that's it for green. For black, you definitely want to pick up your copies of Isho, and you definitely want to pick up your copies of Round Boy for Kuro. So Round Boy is just amazing, right? This character cannot be killed by effects, and it's a blocker. So it just sits on the board and waits for you to use it as a blocker. Obviously, blue can bounce it, but, you know, there's certain situations. Why would you want to bounce it unless you want for lethal? You guys know what I mean. It's just a card that is very nice. This is going to be a staple whether you are playing Black Yellow Big Mom. It's going to be a staple if you are playing Rob Lucci. It's going to be a staple if you're playing Smoker. So if you're a black player, day one, you're not getting a box, you want to pick up some staples, go ahead and pick up 4 copies of Round Boy. You will not be disappointed. And now for Isho, man, not only is the regular art clean as heck, the alternate art is clean as heck, but the card is also very good. It's very powerful. You don't necessarily need to pick up a full playset. If I was a black enjoyer, if I was a black player, I mean, technically I am literally a black player because I'm a player of the game and I'm black, but if I was a player that was piloting a black leader in the One Piece card game, there we go. I would definitely want to pick up my Ishos day one, whether I was playing Sakazuki, whether I was playing Smoker, or whether I am playing that new leader, Rob Lucci. I don't know what's in my mind. I think Isho is a card that you were definitely going to want to have because of how powerful it is. If I'm maining black, these are the cards I'm picking up day one. Now, of course, if you're playing Rob Lucci specifically, you know, there's other cards, right? Like, I would say don't spend your money on Rob Lucci himself, right? The character. I would say if there's any other cards, I would pick up Airdoor. I think Airdoor is a good investment. Tempest Kick Sky Slicer, I think, could be a decent to pick up, but I wouldn't buy it day one because I don't think you need to play it in Rob Lucci day one. Like you don't need it because like obviously they got rid of Moby Dick, so it's not that great anymore. I would say pick this up later on, maybe trade people at your locals, or you could buy it online for like literally probably 5 cents later on. So don't worry about that. Blue No you could potentially pick up day one as well. I probably wouldn't. The build that I play of Rob Lucci, I don't use Blue No, but you definitely can. So you could pick that up. Obviously Spandam's a searcher, and then Khalifa is a 2K counter. But there's other universal 2K counters that you could use. But I'll probably pick up Khalifa as well because obviously she is CP9 searchable if you use brand new. Actually no, Spandam isn't the searcher, right? Brand new is the searcher. Oh, well, Spandam is a searcher, but typically I know people use brand new, but, yeah, right? Am I right on that? I think I'm right on that. Yeah, I am right on that. I'm pretty sure people utilize brand new. I don't know which one. Anyway, you can pick up Khalifa if you want, if you are playing black. Of course, there's Kaku as well. I know some people decide to play Kaku, some people don't. But for me, again, my must pickups would be Isho and Roundboy. Finally, to end it off, Charlotte Katakuri as well as Charlotte Linlin Big Mom. If you're playing yellow, you need to pick these up. Now, I have bad news for you. So Charlotte Linlin, I don't think it's going to be too expensive in the long run, as we've seen with other SRs. Don't think it's going to be as expensive as Zoro. Can't see it being as expensive at all. Obviously, day one, a lot of people are going to be excited to play yellow. I think she might be a little bit pricey. But again, as the weeks go on, after a month, I'm sure that this will be cheap. So if you are a yellow player and you really, really want to play Big Mom, you've been waiting, or you really, really want to play Katakuri, you've been waiting, go ahead and pick it up day one. If not, just have it in your card, have it in your cart, have it chilling. I'm going to have this in my cart. I'm not buying it day one, but once the prices drop, I will be picking it up. Charlotte Katakuri, on the other hand, again, man, this art looks so sick too. It is a secret. So what does that mean? It has the potential of being expensive. So again, we go to the secrets. Where do I think that this price is going to fall? I think that it will fall more in line with Kuzan. Black being a new color, it was super expensive for whatever reason. If I'm going based off that, I feel like yellow will be super expensive for some reason. But rather, the deck will actually be good. Not to say that black wasn't good in OP-02, but let's be real, Smoker wasn't really doing as well as some of the other top decks, okay? Like, let's just keep it real. You could win, but it wasn't popping off like the other decks. So it's really weird to me why black was always just so expensive. I guess it's just a character thing, right? It's like why people say, like, why is Nami expensive? You know what I mean? I guess people just like the characters. So that could definitely be it. So if that's the case, a lot of people like Charlotte Katakuri, so I could see this being expensive. And it's actually a really good card. So I would not be surprised if this thing settles at around $30. Again, if you're not playing yellow right away, I don't think that you should check out and like buy it like as soon as it comes out, because I could easily see this going for like $50 for day one, week one, and then I could see it dropping very easily to $30, in which that's when I'll be picking up 4 copies of it for my Queen deck. But yeah, I will definitely have it in my cart. Once I see the price start to tank to about $30, then I'll go ahead and check it out. But yeah, that is my list. That's my opinion of what you guys should get if you guys are planning on just buying singles. If I missed anything, let me know in the comment section below. And with that being said, I am out. Peace.